Hello, mate. Thought I'd just give you a little update what I'm doing with the rig. So the new pedal came in. It's an overdrive pedal. It's kind of a Tube Screamer clone. So what I'm using it for is kind of a mid boost on the amped lead channel. So I can, well, I guess it's more like a crunch distortion channel. And then, so I'm just kicking in a bit more overdrive with the Tube Screamer clone. So it just boosts up the mids a little bit and just gives it a bit more dirt and volume just to cut through. So yeah, that's actually nice for when I'm just playing lead. The only downside is, as you can probably hear, is yeah, it just lets in a little bit more noise through the rest of the chain. So I've actually got a noise gate coming to sort all that out. So between notes, everything will be nice and quiet. Other thing I'm doing is I'm actually getting a second delay pedal. That one's okay, but it's super cheap. It was like the first pedal I got, and it's all right. But what I want to do is actually daisy chain it with a second delay. So that's an analog delay. I'm getting a digital delay that's gonna have a longer decay time, so I can actually like combine the two to get some nice sort of bouncing into the distance with different sort of times and stuff. Because I don't, for lead stuff, I don't really use the reverb, and even the reverb I do use on rhythm stuff is actually really subdued. Because yeah, I don't know, actually find I don't need a lot of reverb for whatever reason. The delay handles a lot of it, especially on cleans and leads, and on rhythm, crunchy rhythm, I just don't like it. It just buries everything, and I just prefer it to, be crunchy and tight and stops on a dime, which again the noise gate should help with a lot. So that's what I'm doing. The rest is just my chorus pedal, which I use really for cleans. Obviously my tuner, EQ is basically always on. That's just because the amp itself only has a kind of tone sweep knob. So with that I can obviously dial in the EQ a lot better. That's another distortion pedal, which I'll probably daisy chain with the overdrive when I get the noise gate, so that I've just got some, crunch options and stuff. Again, it's a little bit noisy. I'll see what the noise gate does for it. That kind of, it's got, so the amp I've got, I know this is going to sound weird, but for such a little inexpensive thing, it's kind of got a nice Mesa Boogie kind of 2C plus sound to me. Whereas I think this pedal goes more into the rectifier territory, which is a lot harsher, a lot more metal. So, and then obviously the Tube Screamer is a lot more your typical twangy Strat shit if I ever wanted to do that, which I don't. Like I say, I'm using it more like a boost on the lead channel. But yeah, anyway, hope some of that was interesting. As you can see, I've had a little move around. Still got the beautiful old Bad Horsey wah. Should really get that rigged up, honestly. So yeah, maybe do me a little video thing of what you're using these days. Still got the Vox, I assume. I think I remember the Marshall actually. Yeah, what else you got? Any new effects? Any new fun? You said you had a looper. I might get a looper. Could have got one that was built into a delay pedal. I kind of didn't want to. Honestly, I don't really know what my goal is to get record. If I'm going to get recording, I feel like I'll just end up just micing the cabinet. And believe it or not, one of the things I've got around here somewhere is Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I've got these, which are actually wireless, guitar wireless thing. Little clip-on tuner. A billion picks. Yeah, what do you use for picks these days, by the way? One of the things I'm really experimenting with is a lot of picks. I'm finding they're making a massive difference to my playing. I love this kind of shape. It's a little bit more, it's like an enlarged Jazz 3, Dunlop Jazz 3 pick. But you see it's got more of that kind of, I don't know, shield shape. I kind of got onto them because, believe it or not, you probably noticed I'm a bit of a beard guy. So as you can see, I've got this pick, which is a Nebula pick. And this one actually came with some beard oil, which, believe it or not, is a signature beard oil from John Petrucci. So I got into that. I saw this pick, and I don't use this one because it's like a collector's, pick, limited, from Dream Theater or whatever. So I just got a bunch in those shapes, right? So, and they're pretty good. So it's just finding the kind of thickness I like. I used to kind of like these 0.73s, but then I've got these like 2 mils, and I've basically got everything in between. I've even got some 3 mils. Yeah, and I'm really just trying to find that sweet spot. Got the old Vox multi-effects thing. Might use that for some phase stuff. If I remember rightly, the gains and all that in this weren't that great. This was just a cheap little doodad I had for the 6-string. Yeah, and that's really that. And the 7-string, which I've still been setting up because the weather's been changing, so the neck's been shifting a bit, and so I've just readjusted all the intonation, set it all up. It's playing pretty good. Adjusted the action a little. Yeah, it's good. I've been learning Dream Theater's new song. There's about 4 solos in that, as you can imagine. There's this really beautiful kind of melodic solo at the end that I've been learning, so I've been doing that, so that's been fun. Yeah. Anyway, hope you're doing good. I'll catch you later.